interim budget, so there were always expectation that there would not be any kind of big bang announcements. It was an interim budget, so there was always an expectation there will not be any big bang announcements. But as we are seeing, these are more of policy decisions, and these budgets are becoming more like milestones to complete these kind of policy decisions, as well as to see how this kind of vision can be implemented. As far as taxation is concerned, again there have been no surprises, which is a very good step. And again, a kind of a benefit has been given for startups for certain taxation these things. Again, in Goa especially, usually there are processing issues as far as certain return processings are concerned. So sometimes there are those kind of demand which have been coming for a number of years. A small kind of a concession here is again really going to help Goa. So all in all, it's a very good budget.
We also see, where we actually supported in the past was to continue with the GST reforms, and we are seeing, that the depth has widened of, and I think, if you see the collections, whether it is in Goa as well as the rest of the country and in India, the collections have been really, really encouraging. So we hope that the reforms in GST continues, so that industry continues to benefit and becomes more competitive.
Should I do that?
This being an election year, we were expecting that there could be some populist measure, but the Honorable Finance Minister has given us an overall picture of last 10 years of Modi Kal and entering into Amrit Kal and what developments have taken place. So actually there has been no need for any populist measure at all, because the benefits have been so much that especially most of the poorer segment has been benefited with various schemes of the government like Annadata, Awas Yojana, Shauchalaya Yojana, Gas Yojana, and all incentives that were actually meant for the poor class has enhanced their status of living, and I'm sure that they are taking that into consideration and have not gone for any populist measure. But at the same time, this being an interim budget, we expect that there would be another budget which will be placed after the post-elections. But in this budget, the Honorable Finance Minister has promised to continue with the process that has started for last 5 years. Whatever infrastructure building or other incentives, especially in the various segments. In fact, what is more interesting is, there has been an overall development in all the segments, in all the sectors, and that is what has been highlighted by the Honorable Finance Minister. And we are very happy that most of the things are kept, like tax structure is kept as it is, and also some benefits have been given as far as the processings are concerned. And I'm sure this will go a long way in building up the nation first. And secondly, this is actually a step towards the next trillion. So I'm sure we are in for growth and a growth-oriented budget to come. Thank you.
Yeah. Pratima,
I think this budget has been a very good one. We welcome it. As the President said, we have got a lot of developments which we can see in the infrastructure, and the process has been going on, and the Finance Minister has kept this on this year too. As far as the Nari Shakti, that is, she has laid more stress on Nari Shakti, and I am very happy about it, because for the last so many years we have been doing it, and now we have got we have got that 1/3 seat for the women in parliament and state assemblies. All this triple talaq has been gone, and over 70% houses under PM is Rozgar Yojana. What happens is women are given more importance, and with the self-help groups coming into coming into this, we have seen that many self-help groups are becoming, they are making the women independent. And 70% of houses in PM Roshgar Yojana in the rural areas for women. And now we have seen that 38%, nearly there is an increase of 38% women in girls who have taken they've come into this we have 38% increase in the enrollment of women in education. So we see that she's giving a lot of importance, the government is giving a lot of importance to the women, and which is a very good and welcome thing for us. So I think we would like to welcome this budget, and it's a very good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As said by Minister Stalwart, that this budget is a continuation budget, and we hope this budget will bring in more money in people's hand in long term, so that they can utilize for travel purpose. To be specific, in the for tourism, I think government has emphasized on the safety of the railways, improvement of the almost 40,000 bogies throughout the railway sector. I think it will upgrade the overall railway sector, and it will promote more people to travel, and definitely it will prevent growth in tourism industry. Add to that, government has talked about touristic center for 60 places. I think this is a good thing, and I hope Goa is able to take advantage of it. Of course, Goa is a forefront in MICE business, and I hope in the detailed analysis of the budget, there is something specific for MICE tourism, that is meeting incentives, conferences. To add to that, we also have been requesting government on the for promotion of inbound tourism. So we hope in the interim budget, with the full-fledged budget, there is some specific in the promotion of inbound tourism into Goa, because that not only brings in the foreign exchange, but it brings in overall growth in all the sectors, and it helps circular economy in big way. As far as infrastructure is concerned, I think as Mr. President just said, I hope Goa government takes advantage of the long-term loan schemes which government of India is providing, and completes the ongoing tourism project which are on. The specific to be, there is a convention center which is coming opposite Parade Bhavan. I hope we see the completion of it at the earliest. Add to that, the government had announced a bigger convention center at Donapal, so we hope those will see the daylight, one of the in the near future, which will help the growth of tourism industry in Goa. Secondly, the scheme wherein they are talking about the connecting between the ports and the mainland. Of course, it was more specific to luxury pilot, but I think if those things are been worked out with in detail, I think Goa also can get benefit in big way. Government has also talked about the growth in aviation sector, which they have doubled from almost 75 airports to 149, and still growth will come in. And what we have been seeing, that Goa, with the MOPA coming in, they were talking about Tier 2 and Tier 3 city connectivity. Goa is already getting the more connectivity from Tier 2 and 3 city, which is providing growth, and I hope that continues. Overall, I think we appreciate the efforts of Finance Ministry, and we hope full-fledged budget will have something more to offer to the overall tourism sector. Thank you.
Yeah, we request C.A. Thomas Andhra, Chair of ICA.
Thank you. Indian Stalwart and President has already explained entire budget. As far as direct taxation is concerned, there are no changes. But the welcome step is that old dues have been, smart dues have been waived off. Those will be waived off. We have to look for the final prints. As far as the tone of the Finance Minister and the way it is said, it looks like they are going to continue. So that's the message, that they are going to be there for the next term. That is the reason they must have not looked into the minor changes in direct taxation, like giving some standard deductions or some benefits, because as far as direct tax is concerned, there is the entire year, so in the full-fledged budget, they can take care of all the changes. as far as Goa is concerned, there are two major announcements on fisheries and tourism, and definitely Goa will be benefited for that. As far as the tax policies and tax administration, they are improving, and hope they will improve. And specifically Goa specific, there are certain issues which are taken up with the department also. Hope they take care of those issues, and we welcome this budget. Thank you very much.
Chair of ICA, sir.
I feel like when it comes to budget, the government is trying to continue with the reform of the past. It is a good budget overall. Thank you.
Namaskar. Mr. Prashant Parve, representing All Goa Tax Practitioners Association. Everyone here has said that this budget is very good, and I am also of same opinion. In fact, this is the interim budget and ahead of the parliament elections. In fact, when there are elections, there could have been a populist announcements, but the government has restricted themselves of giving some populist schemes. I think that's a good, first of all, good thing. They have continued with the many old schemes, but a few schemes I would like to highlight. One is to make India Atmanirbhar. They have come up with the scheme of giving 1 lakh houses 300 units free electricity by way of rooftop solar system. Secondly, they have announced a scheme for ASHA workers. There is a free health insurance for ASHA workers. One more thing is they are trying to, or they will implement, or rather they are putting a corpus fund of 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh crore rupees for new technology savvy youth, so that they will take India ahead. And one more thing is this, as everyone is happy that old dues of income tax up to 25,000 or 10,000 rupees will be waived off in by way of some certain schemes. I think overall they have tried to balance everything: industry, tourism, and many other sectors. I welcome this budget. Thank you.
Request Asha Arodekar, the chair of our Women's Wing.
I think it's been a very good budget, and especially for the Nari Shakti 2024 onwards, it's like the era for Nari Shakti. So more and more women in Goa, especially, have been getting into entrepreneurship. So let us encourage from the women's wing. Let us encourage them to take more of these mudra loans, avail of these mudra loans, and do their scaling up, and also. Our aim will be to get more and more Lakpati Didis from Goa, also from the self-help groups. And a very good initiative is the cervical cancer vaccine for the young girls. I think this is amazing. So it's overall a very good budget for the women. Thank you.
We have Mr. Gaurav Kekre, CA, this side, and Anwar Khan from Institute of Engineers. They are on the other side of the table.
As expected, it's an interim budget vote on account. Further, there were certain apprehensions that the government may loosen the purse strings because the election is coming, and that could have led to a lot of fiscal issues. But the finance minister has steered clear of any such adventures, and we are looking at a very conservative fiscal path of fiscal deficit of 5.6%, which is good for the economy as a whole. The focus, I think, if I can see, middle class is trying to be targeted here, because they are, besides the PM Awas Yojana, which was giving houses to the poor, the finance minister announced that a new scheme for housing for middle class, either to buy or to build houses for middle class, is going to be brought in. So definitely the middle class has something to cheer about. And of course the income tax amnesty scheme kind of thing, which will eliminate the small demands which are typically of middle class, especially in Goa. That's a very good step. And from the technology front, the finance minister had mentioned that there will be a 1 lakh crore corpus of interest-free loan for research and development. So that is something which is really interesting. We need to see how that pans out and who gets these money, because it can be a real game changer. And there's also going to be a scheme for deep tech in defense technology. So again, making Atmanirbhar Bharat and providing jobs and providing further opportunities for Indian entities to come into defense. That's a very good initiative. Overall, I think the budget is a welcome budget, and we have to wait for the final budget in July or maybe for the real fine print. Thank you.
Anwar Khanji, the chairman of the Institution of Engineers. Although this is interim budget, I welcome this budget. It's people friendly. I don't know much about finance, but being a civil engineer, I welcome the scheme of Prime Ministers for housing for middle income groups, which will give a boost to construction industry. Thank you. Shatul Jadhav, the past president of Goa Bar Owners Association, is something on logistics side.
Yes. As far as logistics is concerned, the bogey scheme which has come, which will be very good. The bogey scheme is a very good scheme, and we are expecting much more in the next budget, because on the shipping side, we are expecting industry status to shipping, which is expected and recommended by many of the shipping associations to the government. So I suppose that will be a change of game in the shipping sector, because inbound goods imports and outbound goods exports is going to be in a big way coming up. Of course, one more thing, the tax exemption given to the common man is a big relief to the common man in the face of total inflation under control, but still it will give a big relief to the common man. I feel overall we have a very good budget, and welcome this budget from the shipping side also. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to comment? Ladies and gentlemen, we are having the decoding of the budget tomorrow. A team from GT, that is Grant Norton, will be there in the chamber at 4:30 to discuss and analyze how the budget has been put together. So I request all to kindly